Hello, Terry.
Morning, mate. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, mate. How are you?
God for that.
Uh, I've just heard the Terry's take latest Eddie Hills. You went in on Eddie like never before.
Um, I've done it a few times before, but I just thought the way he was talking about the failed drug test last week was embarrassing.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like you were going to put someone who failed two drug tests in a ring with someone that was weight drained,
and
and
not
now you
tell
want
us
to play
about
victim.
it.
Hmm?
They tried to bury it, didn't they?
Yeah, try to act like we're stupid. We're not stupid. We remember, but he has this cult following, doesn't he? And there's nothing you can do to shift their view on it.
Yeah, it's the Patrick Day one did my head in basically.
Yeah, all the crying and all that. Like, why? Why if you weren't going to do anything about it?
I pointed out in a video the other day that he's had 15 and I named them all. He's worked with 15 drug cheats, so they can't just turn it on and off like that, can they?
It's embarrassing, mate. Like, I don't
Oh,
know if you've read
was
today.
them.
Have you seen what they've done with the tennis player? So there's a girl that failed for Anandra and Drostanolone, right? She failed. And she tried to do the whole, it was the meat I ate. And she thought she'd get away with that. And the tennis integrity people were like, nope, we're going to appeal that. She's been given a 4-year ban, Russ.
Well, yeah, it depends how high you are up the hierarchy though, because didn't Andre Agassi have an issue with crack at one point, and that all got hushed up, didn't it?
Yeah. Although, crack, I can kind of be like, go and get rehab. But
Yeah,
when you're taking stuff like Decker and Trembolone,
yeah.
that's a clear intent to cheat.
Hmm. Yeah, I see where you're coming from with that. You see, the problem we have is we can always use the Crusher Ben situation as a measuring stick, can't we? That everything what that was said, and back up there, then you've got the Canelo situation, which Eddie went in heavy on Canelo and then signed him 18 months later. Do you remember?
Yep. There you go.
Then we have the Tony Bellew, aka B-side Bellew, coming out when
Mhm.
he's not waxing lyrical about the mesmerizing skills of Alexander Usyk. Bellew came out saying what needs to happen is anybody that fails for anything, whether it's over the counter or not, needs putting in stocks and people need to come out their houses and stone them. His words well, then once people at Matchroom were failing, he were coming out saying, he's a great lad, he won't do that. So they can't have it both ways. We know about the manipulation of the media with it all. Nobody dare ask any proper questions about it like we do. And Eddie really basically has tied himself in knots, hasn't he, now with it all? And you
I
were
thought the
right to
IFL
that.
guy, I thought the IFL guy was fair, Russ, because he did say, look, strict liability should be strict liability. He put it on Eddie.
Yeah. I'm disappointed with young Puppy Parsons because he started out asking very strong questions, but he's a young kid and he's going to be impressionable, isn't
And also, they pay him well, don't they? So
he?
he's not going to rock that boat.
Yeah. And the rest of them, Barker, married into Matchroom, B-side Bellew. I mean, if he hadn't got any work with Dazone and Eddie Hills, he's not going to get out via Bricktop, is he?
Not exactly.
There's no love lost there. Same with Carl Froch. We're not seeing an interview with Eddie Hills or Bricktop, are we? We're seeing Turkey ones, but if that boat sails, he's got nowhere to go, has he?
He's got your channel to come on.
Well, he'll probably want to come on then. A bit like that YB emailing me wanting to do a collaboration.
Yeah, see?
After hammering me for Michael the Emperor for trying to do some real good turn and saying that I swerved Big Mal when I was in an hospital in Turkey, nearly half dead, under 9 stone. You see where I'm coming from? So they all return eventually. It comes full circle. Dennis always used to say to me, the landscape always changes. And look at Bricktop. He waited it out, didn't he? And he got back on his perch.
Yeah, he planned it out well.
He planned it very well. I've just been looking at the rankings now. He's got his guys tied to him at the top of the rankings. Plus, he's got Dubois and Tyson Fury in tow. I call that a monopolization of the Don King, like Don King, in the 80s and 90s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. You?
Yeah, 100%. And I think the big thing he has to now think about, if I'm frank, is how do I not have too many?
Yeah.
Because you want the right amount, but you want them all to be quality so that they're good enough that you can put them out regularly without worrying about, am I going to get them enough fights, etc. You just want a right size stable that everyone can fight 3 or 4 times a year, make their money, and get your titles.
I spoke with Julian about this, and do you remember how we all loved it when Eddie Hills, this Iceman, came onto the scene? He was a breath of fresh air, but slowly but surely the masks slipped until it's basically fell off. And I think people have had like an overkill of him now, haven't they? And do you feel like he's yesterday's man?
But he's just got nothing new to offer, has he? Like when he came out, he had all these new ideas and people were receptive to it. And then he just ran out of ideas. And then it just became the same thing, just being reheated over and over again.
Yeah. What do you think we should call this video? The downfall of Eddie Hills?
No, because this isn't the downfall. Like the downfall will happen when he's got no Joshua.
Yeah.
That'll be the downfall.
Hanging on to him for dear life, isn't he?
Yeah, this is kind of just, he's wobbling at the moment. Legs are shaky, as I like to say.
I've always wondered, why Joshua signed a lifetime deal with them. Why would you commit to that? It's you mentioned it, and I thought you're right there, Terry. Why would he sign for life? Because that means if he packs in his boxing career and he needs to do anything, he's still got to give him a cut, whether it's commercial or if he does a UFC crossover fight. Hills is always going to have his claws into him for life. Even TV work, if he's doing TV work when he's 60, they'll still have a slice of the Joshua pie, won't they?
Yeah.
So basically, they're just going to ponce a living off him till he dies. He'll never be able to get out of that contract now, will he? I mean, what has he got on him, right, Terry, for Anthony Joshua to sign for life? We all know about the driving about on the Saturday, the week before the Povetkin fight, when they got Joshua's Range Rover with his crew. They got railroad at the side of the road and they got stripped of all the jewelry. Do you remember?
You're asking me like I was the one that told everyone that story.
You were, weren't you? It was true, though, wasn't it? Because they claimed on insurance for that Vladimir watch. There's only 2 in the world, weren't there? Do you remember? Vladimir got one and he got one, with the engravement on the back of it.
Yeah.
and the photo were doing the rounds, wasn't it? Somebody sent me the photo. I'm not going to say who, but we all seen the photo, didn't we? About what happened.
Wait, hold on. Who sent it?
You know who sent it me.
No, who?
It was you.
That's. I was there going, hold on. There's no one else that could have sent that photo.
Listen, mate. I ended up with a photo. Do you remember of the back of the watch?
Yeah, it's engraved. It's got like the April 20.
There's only 2 in the world, didn't there? Vladimir got one and he got one, didn't they? I forgot the make.
Yeah. Rose gold. It's a rose gold royal.
Really expensive. It worth about 600 grand, wasn't
it? Yeah.
So
that one is because it's only it's one of 2, isn't it?
One of 2. So they got his watch took off him. But why was he in that part of London, a rough area, at 2:00 in the morning after finishing his last training session before the fight? It just seems strange what they were doing.
No, so it wasn't. No. So it wasn't 2 a.m. He was knocking about in the evening in Battersea, and he had pulled up.
Yeah,
Machete went straight through the window, and it was like hand over everything. And everyone in there just froze, from what I heard. And they just handed it over.
I thought they were roadmen. Don't they carry off like roadmen in them Under Armour tracksuits and all that?
They were people listen, these are people you wouldn't want to upset, put it that way.
Yeah.
They were young, though. Bear in mind, these are young guys, by the way. Like, barely old enough to vote. Machete through the window. Let's have it. That was it. If you had $5,000 that day, you could have bought that watch. If you had $5,000 in cash, you could have bought that watch.
Yeah. Okay.
And they were just like, you're lucky you get to keep your car.
Yeah, it's strange, but what I want to know is this: what we don't know about in it, because but for him to sign a lifetime deal, right? He must have been stoned off his head, or he's got dirt on him. That's all I can say, because nobody signs a lifetime deal other than in boxing. I mean, come on, we're talking boxing here. It costs
So,
a fortune to get out of that contract.
so I know that there's dirt, and I know that Matchroom's goal is to make sure the dirt doesn't come out. That's the deal they have. We will fight to make sure the dirt doesn't come out, and you just keep doing what you do. Now, what that dirt is, that's not podcast talk, but the dirt is the dirt.
Yeah, it's a strange one, but I'm bothered really. I mean, Frotch said in his video, oh, he's bothered about the safety of Joshua, but look, I can't stand him and vice versa. But point I want to make is I'm bothered more about Joshua not getting a good hiding, but in being cabbaged and lying in their pockets. That's where I think, you know what, it's bad this. Because the kid's obviously scared of his own shadow at the moment, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. He's obviously
No,
spent. They don't put him near anybody, Terry Daly, at the moment.
you know what it is, Russ? Like at that level, you're not scared. I think sometimes you're trying to treat, and this was my criticism. Like I remember Mick would say about me, you're trying to treat boxing like an equation. You're trying to find the perfect answer all the time. Sometimes you just go get in there and fight, and I think Joshua's forgotten how to do that.
You think he's just overanalyzed everything, Terry, and overthought?
Yeah, he's trying to be like throw the perfect jab and throw the perfect combination to get people out of there. And it's like that's not what you do.
Yeah.
You see, when Joshua gets into that mood of just letting his hands go, no one stands and trade. Like they don't really want to stand and trade with him, do they?
No.
But when he's trying to be all clever and with that low left hand and all that, then he gets picked off because he's not. He didn't grow up with that style.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, but look, the guy's made more money than he'll ever spend. He's whatever people want to say about Joshua, he's a modern boxing great in terms of his effect on boxing. Like I can never argue against that. The fact that he was able to have everyone in the UK go looking for a 6'6" kid that they could turn into a heavyweight. The reason we've got so many good heavyweights now, Russ, is Joshua. Everyone went out and got themselves a Joshua.
Yeah, well, he's got that Leo Atang now, and he's saying he's the new Joshua. But how about he's the new Leo Atang?
Yeah, he's his own man. He's young. He's 18. He's been boxing since he was young. He'll have his own kind of career. Like I get annoyed when people compare, like, oh, he's the new this. Nah, Leo's got to be himself, and he's got to have a different journey than Joshua did. And we can't, me. I always say this: you got to leave these kids alone for a couple of years and just let them grow without having an opinion on them.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is, isn't it? Uh, so do you think they're going to get Joshua a fight this year, or do you think he's parked up waiting for the big GK?
Mm, I think he'll fight this year. I think they'll see what Wilder does. That might be the fight they look at. If not, they'll see what Jerome Miller does. They'll look at that as a fight. I think he'll fight this year. Matchroom need him to fight this year.
Well, they'll be wanting to get some money in, won't they? Because they know at any day he could say, "Do you know what? I'm done with this. I don't need this." He's got enough money. Do you know what I mean? He's had loads of trainers. It's not worked out for him like they told it we're going to do. I mean, technically, it's another RBI job, but on a bigger scale commercially, isn't it? Really?
No, he's better than Herbie Hyde.
Well, when they had RBI, I mean, as regards his dad were going on about, oh, he's better than Lennox. Is this? Is that? Is blah de blah. You know that kind of carry on.
Yeah, Herbie Hyde was never in that conversation for me because he was too small. But I would have I put Joshua in the conversation of not Lennox, but there are guys the level below Lennox he could have tussled with. He could have tussled with a Shannon Briggs, I think.
Yeah.
prime for prime. Yeah.
Well, we're
One
gonna.
of them would have got ironed out. Don't know which one, but yeah, he could have been in that sort of company.
Well, we're gonna see, aren't we? We're gonna see, but I just think Anthony Joshua's a spent force, and he could get beat off anybody in the top 20 now
Yeah, but he could also beat anyone in the top 20.
if he catches them. Yeah, but if we're talking like that, we're talking the last thing you lose is your power, and he's capable. You know all that rubbish we usually hear.
Yeah, but also they're all getting old with him. That's the difference. The top 20 is all getting old with Joshua because we've been recycling the same names for so long.
Mm.
So
Do you
it's not
feel?
like there's a group of young guys that have come through that will take him out. It's like he's still got to fight the Joseph Parkers, etc. And I mean, he's comfortable with that.
Yeah, yeah. Do you feel it's all coming to end now for these type Joshua Fury, Zhang, Dylan White, Wilder, Derek Chisora? Do you think it's all coming to end
Nope,
now?
it's going to
Well,
carry on until the young generation can get rid of them. They'll carry on fighting. There's too much money to retire now.
you think some of these are going to fight while they're 45, tell?
If the money's there, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If you're earning, let's say you're earning a minimum of £1 million for every time you fight, why would you retire?
Yeah.
To do what? Go and spend that money and end up broke and then regret not taking those 3 extra fights.
Yeah. Well, I see where you're coming
Because
from.
that's what we'll say. We'll say, mate, you retired too soon.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. Uh, the talk sport coverage this week. It's all about Dubois and his chances of winning and blah blah blah. How do you see the fight panning out, Terry? Let's get your opinion on it. And who do you see winning?
It'll be the same as the first fight.
Yeah,
They're too different for them to do anything other than what they did before.
yeah,
And it's just about whether um, Usyk's got old or whether Daniel can really solve the tactical problem that Usyk presents. That's what Daniel's got to do. He ain't got to worry about power because he's stronger and he hits harder than Usyk. It's more, can he put himself in position to do that? And I always say to people, if you're going out there to try and knock someone like Usyk out, you're not going to win because everyone's tried that. So you got to try something a little different on Usyk and see if you can throw him off his game.
yeah, yeah. That's yeah. I suppose you put that great. Daniel Dubois has had 67 minutes action since he fought Usyk the last time, and he didn't really do good in that fight. Now he's beaten Jarrell Miller, who's technically not very good, is he really? He's just a big lump, 23 stone. He's beat Ergovic, a plank of wood, and he's beat Joshua, who's a shell of himself. Is that a run of form that does that run of form warrant the hype that they've given him on Talksport this week?
All right, but then who's Usyk beating then?
Well, he's beat Fury twice, hasn't
Okay, but he's a shell of a man. Who else is he beating?
he? I think that's about it, isn't it, really?
Joshua. We've already given him a
Joshua
kicking on this
twice,
episode.
but Joshua, he's beat Joshua twice before Dubois, hasn't he, really?
But go back to what you were saying about Joshua back then. You were saying he was gun shy, he was this, he was that. So what's the difference between the guys run of form? There isn't one really, is there? If we're saying that Dubois has been fighting guys that aren't good enough, we've got to say Usyk's been fighting guys that we don't think are good enough.
Yeah.
So we've basically got two guys. We're back to where we were in the first fight, unless Usyk's got old overnight. I think Daniel Dubois has got to deal with the fact that you're not going to outbox him. You're just not, right? You're not. He's seen too much. He's been through too much. Too many people have tried. All you want with Daniel is trying to find Usyk's habits and breaking those. And if you can break Usyk's habits, you'll have him fighting on instinct. That's where you want him. If you can't do that, what's the point?
Yeah. Yeah. What about the referee and judges? Have they been named yet, Terry?
No idea, mate. I haven't seen anything of it yet.
Because what worries me is one of the Joshua fights and one of the Fury fights they gave as split decisions.
Yeah. Which one? The second one?
No, the first Fury fight was a split, and the second Joshua one was a split.
Mm.
What were they watching, Terry, to have them as splits? Come on,
No, I don't think it's too far off.
a split.
Yeah.
I mean that, mate.
So first Fury fight wasn't a split, right? Easily wasn't a split. First Joshua fight wasn't a split. Like Joshua was lucky to make it out at the end of the last round. The second one, I thought Joshua had Usyk uncomfortable a lot in that fight. Even though Usyk did win, I thought Usyk was a fair winner. But it being a split, remember, it only takes 2 rounds, Russ, to go from a unanimous to a split.
Mm.
So, not that I agree with it before the comment section starts crying, but I get it. If someone's just got to the end of their card and gone, how have I got him winning? I kind of get it.
So you're going, Terry, for a knockout from Usyk late on.
Nah, nah. I think Usyk will have to win this on points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but comfortably.
No,
Do
no,
you think
not
you'll have some
comfortably.
tough moments in it?
Um, it, I think he's going to get badly hurt in this fight, and he's going to have to come through something. Because you got to remember, every shot Daniel throws is nasty. Not even that he throws full power into it; he's just freakishly strong.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to eat a lot of those. And remember, unlike Joshua, like Dubois has a boxing brain. Like he's not stupid. As much as people try and portray him that way, he has a boxing brain. Like he can do stuff in the ring.
Yeah.
But unlike Fury, he brings physicality as well. Like Fury's not a physically dominant sort of guy. That's why Usyk was able to walk him down. You're not going to walk Dubois down. But I think Usyk will do it on points. I want Dubois to win. Like I'd love Dubois to win by stoppage. I think it'll be the best thing for British boxing in a long time for Dubois to win. But you've got to get it right. So like you got to be so precise tactically, Russ. And you're like, but to be honest with you, if I was a betting guy, I would bet on the Dubois win.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's if you what just to chance it, yeah.
If the odds are good, yeah, because it's not an impossible outcome.
What Dubois by knockout? Because he's not
Yeah,
going to
it's not
be on
impossible.
points, is he?
Hmm?
Dubois can't beat him on points, can he?
He'd need a couple of knockdowns.
Yeah. You
That's
just
why, yeah, if it was me, first 2 or 3 rounds, I would just be, I wouldn't even be thinking about hitting Usyk in the head. I'd be hitting arms, chest, body. I'd just be breaking him down. Literally like George Foreman used to do. Just break him down, give him a couple of dead arms, punch him in the breastbone so when it breathes, it hurts. Touch him in the ribs, hit him a couple of times on the hip as well, make it all uncomfortable in there before I even try and do what I want to do. Just make it super uncomfortable. Get right under Usyk's skin, forearm in the face, little rub head on head, all that stuff that you've got to do to make him go, yeah, you want to be the bully in here? Watch what I do to you. And just get Usyk off his game and then go for it. And but let me just say it now, easier said than done.
you think that Derek Chisora had the blueprint to beat him because a lot of experts are saying he did.
Well, you didn't beat him.
I know, but they're saying that he more or less laid the blueprint of how you can beat him. Sorry.
I only believe that if you win, like Usyk was kind of like, this is unorthodox, but it's not dangerous. Do you know what I mean? So Usyk was more surprised because Derek doesn't throw conventional punches, right? So
Mm.
Derek will throw a big right hand, end up standing southpaw, just go sod it, throw a big left hand, go back to orthodox. You're like, what the hell? But I don't think Derek did. I just don't. Like, the way you beat Usyk is you just shut down the places he likes to go. And you have right because he knows when he's going to take breaks. He knows when he's going to be able to create space and rest and have a look. If you stop him doing that, you make him fight when he doesn't want to fight, and that's 80% of boxing.
Yeah. Yeah. I see where you're coming from. Uh, okay, then let's switch over from that fight. Lawrence Okolie, Kevin Lorena.
Lawrence is too big. Too big.
Did you run over him?
Not run over him, but he'll put him down. Yeah, this fight doesn't go the distance.
Do you think that Lawrence is fighting at his proper weight now? Yeah,
Uh, let's find out when he's in there with someone his size.
yeah,
Because when you look at his frame, he should be a heavyweight. There's no like he has a bigger frame than Joshua.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? He's wider, his chest cavity's deeper. He's a bigger man than Anthony Joshua. He's a bigger man than most guys. But it's a rush to fill up that frame and make him into a real heavyweight. So right now he's kind of in between. But if he can do damage there, good luck to him.
yeah. He's a big unit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Okay. I just going to go on about the Bellew waxing lyrical about Usyk all the time. People keep asking me and emailing me, commenting. Do you think that's because he beat him and he just wants to big him up? Because other people that have been beat by elite fighters don't seem to wax lyrical about them, do they?
Well, think about it. He got knocked the F out, right?
Yeah.
So how else can you justify that? How else can you go to bed at night unless you say he must be the greatest fighter of all time?
Yeah, you'd have to do, wouldn't you? Because it were a points when he wouldn't be saying that, would he?
Points when he'd have said he could have gone either way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Uh, let's jump over to the other end of the spectrum with the heavyweights. Tyson Fury's come back. He's now saying he wants a tune up, but it's going to have
That
to be after the Netflix at home with the Furies series too. What do you
mate,
think about that? Are we
I,
bored of him now?
I just don't care anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't care anymore. Like once Usyk handled him twice, all that invincibility, nah, it's a wrap for him. I don't care.
what do you think to Fury at Carcroft Asda in Doncaster buying that old lady's shopping, the pensioner, and then putting it on his social media? You think he's up and down with how he behaves and lying down in a Volkswagen Passat estate with his missus saying, "We just come here on a night and chill with us normal people." Do you think they're overkilling the old PR?
Why was he in Donny anyway?
Well, she's from Donny, isn't she? His wife.
Oh, you didn't know them before?
Oh, I know that. I know who her family is. Yeah,
Oh,
from
okay.
Hampshire.
I was gonna say, like, how can the king of Donny not be aware of
Yeah,
all
I
of
know
this?
that, but he's put it on his social media. I did hear about him in the Asda because he were walking around pushing trolley, and people were saying, "Oh, he's just a normal bloke, even though he's worth $250 million." You know,
Well, you can't be normal and have money.
I know. Yeah, you can. Yeah,
There's a weird thing in Britain that assumes that you have to be poor to to be credible. It's like no, because no one wants to be poor.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So listen, he's living life how he wants to live. From a boxing context, his moment's gone.
yeah. I think that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing we're excited about. Who's he going to fight? We don't care.
Well, Hartman seems to think that he'll only fight Usyk now and not Joshua because he wants to
But
go as the number one.
but listen, I don't want a male version of Taylor Serrano. There's only going to be one winner of that fight.
Yeah. Do you think? I know. Yeah, I know. It's. Did you think Taylor won other night against Serrano?
Oh yeah, I did. I think Taylor fight her 100 times, beat her 100 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jake Paul. There's pictures of him on social media with Turkey. He's really crossed over into this boxing game, and he from nowhere, Terry.
Well, he's making money in boxing. Do you know what I mean? So you think how hard it is to make money in boxing, Russ,
Yeah.
and he's doing it. So we can't say we have to just tip our hat off to him and go, "You're doing what every promoter would love to do right now, and you did it off your own back."
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, mate. I see where you're coming
Boxing came to him. He didn't come to boxing.
from. Yeah. Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? James DeGale. He's signed with Conor McGregor's outfit to do the bare knuckle. He's approaching his 40th birthday. We've seen it with Frankie Gavin, now James DeGale. They both signed on the same day with Bricktop in 2008. What's happening here?
He gets splattered. It's just a different game. Bare knuckle's a different game. Um, bare knuckle is, you know how Katie Taylor fought against Serrano?
Yeah.
That's what you do in bare knuckle. You just get your punches in. It's not about power. It's just get your shots in.
Yeah.
Whereas I think a lot of boxers come in and they're trying to get their timing in and they're trying to do this and trying to do that. Before they know it, nose is gone, cut over the eye, the blood's coming down. They're like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
Fight stopped.
Yeah. Okay. Bricktop calling Turkey His Excellency Turkey, but he were calling him HET. And I didn't really understand what he said until I saw the post put out. It means His Excellency Turkey. So he's now called HET. What do you make of that, Terry?
When a man's paying your bills, you got to do as you're told.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
It's funny that actually, because I used to call Dennis Big Ron and he used to go berserk at first. Okay. It was refreshing though to hear that Eddie Hills says that George Warren is a very close friend of his, and they take their partners out. They weren't so close a few years ago, were they? Now all of a sudden, everybody wants to be. I want to hold your hand. Everybody wants to hold hands and be friends, Terry, don't they? It's amazing what money does, isn't it?
But I don't believe that at all, mate. I don't believe they're friends. I don't. I I know what the Warrens are like.
They're not going to forget what he did when he had his knee firmly planted on their neck for a decade, are they?
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to remember Eddie Hills, Horsecock, and Super Bean. They all had the knee pressed firmly on Warren's Adam's apple, didn't they?
No, exactly.
For a long time. And he's got a short memory, let me tell you, as Dylan White's going to find out shortly. Speaking of journeyman, that Latvian with 59 losses beat Wally Fury, who they were tipping for a British title. What do you make of that, Terry? Is Wally Fury's career over now?
We haven't seen a good Fury yet.
Well, I keep hearing about these big fighting men.
They're not good, man. Like their style doesn't work in the pros. It's all wrong. But no one in boxing will say that. That Fury style, that kind of loose limb, it doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't work against men that fight back.
What do you make of Savannah Marshall's performance other night?
I think she found out she was in the ring with a woman stronger than she was. Didn't know what to do.
Which is rare, isn't it?
It'll become less rare. I think Danielle Perkins would have done the same to her. I think Clarissa Shields would have done the same to her. Savannah Marshall's gone away from what she was good at. And what Savannah was good at was being big, strong, and just punching holes in people. And she's not doing that anymore. Now you can ask yourself why. Maybe ask your ex-best mate what's happening in there. I don't know. But I don't think they're getting the most out of Savannah Marshall. I think Savannah Marshall's a big northern lass who wants to punch holes in people. Let her do it.
If it were any other trainer, they'd be hung out to dry, wouldn't they? On by YouTubers and social media.
I think so. But people are scared.
Scared of what? The myth.
Oh. Yeah. The myth is your word. Yeah, that's your word. I'd use something else, but no, not in public.
All right. Okay. Do you want to go on to part two, mate?
All right, mate.
I'll see you on part two. Pop, pop,
All
pop.
right.
Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. I hope you enjoyed part one. Please join us on part two and thank you for sharing the video. Booyaka.